Automakers have gone from rolling out cars and trucks to making face masks and other equipment for healthcare workers on the front lines of the COVID-19 pandemic. So, what does the future hold?
That is a good question. To get the answer, we're going to turn to our auto industry expert who is watching developments from Detroit. Nick Miles joins us now live via Zoom. Good morning, Nick. There, are you making some adjustments?
Unfortunately, guys, I lost your audio.
So. Oh, okay. He can't hear us. It sounds like right. Which is going to be kind of tough to do this. Can you hear us now, Nick? We're all trying to make adjustments to our audio, to our video. Okay. Carrie's computer is the one that drives this. So for now, we're going to blame it on Carrie, and she's going to try to work it out. Nick, can you hear us?
Yes, as I try and set up our live shots for us.
Yeah, it's through both of our computers right now, in all honesty. Can you hear me now, Nick?
And you sound fabulous.
Okay. All right. Well, we're up now live. So let's talk about how manufacturers are adjusting and adapting to making medical equipment instead of cars. It seems kind of out of their wheelhouse.
Yeah, it's actually been pretty incredible, guys. A lot of things have come out of COVID-19. We saw some big advances made out of any war, and this war on COVID-19 has brought things that we didn't expect to see. Like Ford have discovered that making hospital gowns out of the material that's generally used for airbags in your cars actually works, and it works really well. They're actually doing that. They've also come up with some new inventions. They've invented a new air purifying respirator production. That's underway now. They're going to try and make about 100,000 of those. That's where it's actually powered to clean the air. And of course, those first ventilators coming out of General Motors factory delivered to Chicago area hospitals, and 30,000 on order from the U.S. government.
That is wonderful. Hey, tell us, Nick, then, give us a round robin. Who's doing what in the auto industry to help out?
Everybody's pitching in different ways. Toyota have adapted their factories to making those disposable masks for hospital workers. Hyundai have done a great job in trying to keep people fed. In fact, they have donated to Hope on Wheels and also the mobile testing centers for children's hospitals, $4 million there. Subaru donated 50 million meals to Feeding America, which is a huge amount of meals, and Fiat Chrysler have also donated 1.25 million face masks. One of the coolest things I think that's been done is Volvo has taken their entire marketing fleet and PR fleet and turned it over to those on the front line of COVID-19. That means 2,000 vehicles are helping get those emergency workers around delivering supplies and doing the job of fighting this virus.
You know, it makes you kind of wonder how difficult it is for these manufacturers to switch not just their manufacturing, but their personnel to be focusing on other things. And it sounds like people are going to start coming out of this sometime in the summer. Is this going to be difficult for the manufacturers to switch right back and stop doing all this stuff now? Or will they even stop and keep on doing it for a little while?
Years making cars, so it should be pretty easy to go back to. I mean, Ford have some workers in there looking at factories about how they would transition back. But we asked them directly this morning whether or not they were ready to go back to work, and they said there's a lot of factors, state-by-state factors. You know, do we still need to get medical equipment out there? Yes, we do. And the unions also have a say in this. So although they're looking at the possibility of going back to work, they won't put a firm date on it.
So, Nick, what about the auto shows? I know we usually look forward to those, and we have some coming up in August, but have all those been canceled?
So far, the only one still on the books is New York Auto Show. It was postponed until August. The Detroit show was canceled, but I don't think auto shows are going to look the same way as we were used to going to in Salt Lake and around the world. You're not going to have a lot of people packed into a very tight space. It's going to be very different looking. Things like Mini Takes the States, which is a drive across the country with around 3,600 Mini owners, will probably take place in 2021. They've rescheduled it until then. I think you're going to see a lot more outdoor auto shows, and you're going to be seeing a lot of auto shows where getting inside cars and touching them and playing with them might change a little bit in the future.
Well, and probably wearing masks, too, at least for the short term, the foreseeable future, which makes hair all the more important. Nick, we'll recognize you from yours, even if you're covered. Thanks a lot.
I'm glad
Nick.
we got to talk to you. I just started pushing buttons.
Yeah, you pushed the right one, apparently.
That's what
she pushes buttons all morning long, and she pushed the right one. Thanks, Nick. We'll be right back.